Game number 1, Brax's Holdout. Okay, let's go. Well, especially the people that are watching this on YouTube right now. So we have a show match today. We got team against Inting for Ruby. And there's actually a special reason for the show match. So as some of you might already know that follow the Heroes of the Storm scene, there is a tournament, an offline tournament, Heroes of the Storm. Yes, they still exist. There are far and few between, but we have some. At the beginning of February, there will be a Heroes of the Storm offline event in Miami. And Team would like to represent Europe in that tournament and play or take on the North American teams. But obviously, right now we don't have a lot of organizations within the European scene that would be able to send a team to that offline event. So what Team is currently trying to do is they are crowdfunding their trip. So they're currently trying to see if they can crowdfund the travel costs and then go to the event. And if you want to support that effort, then check out the link that is in the description of the video. This is why they've set up a couple of the show matches here to give a little bit of awareness to that entire endeavor. But if you've watched videos on the channel, you've seen Team dominate against, I mean, not only the teams that played Meta Madness, but also the X-Cup Fall, the X-Cup Summer. And you would really, really love to see them against the North American teams and what they can do there. That is, of course, an opportunity for you to support that effort a little bit. And we are going into game number 1, so we have a best of 5 here. And interestingly enough, Rhaegar made it through the draft. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of Rhaegar play ever since the patch came out, because Rhaegar is currently very, very strong and very impactful. That's obviously the main reason why he gets insta-picked here too. Brax's Holdout is our first one. We got a Nuburak and a Junkrat in. And Jojo plus Cassia immediately locked in on the other side. And the patch definitely had a couple of things that it adjusted, and especially that the fountains have been talked about quite a lot. I actually personally like the fountain change. I think it eliminates some of the more cheesy variations that you can go for here. But on certain maps, it definitely has an impact. We've seen Volskaya Foundry, for example, where the entire protector rotation that you normally try to establish isn't working the same way anymore, since you normally would target the fountain directly. Similar plays also for Infernal Shrines, where of course in that mid lane you can't simply go for the camp, provide some vision over the debris, and then take the fountain down and therefore gain an advantage for the next objective. But now as we're seeing this, the question is of course how they're going to play this out. We got Genji, Zarya and Malfurion now banned out by the blue team. And there are a couple of sub-players, by the way, for Inting for Ruby here in the show match, which might make things even more interesting. But yeah, we're definitely going to have a little bit of fun with this. So, Brax's last ban, it's Lucio. They're going for some of the, actually quite a fair amount of the support bans. It's kind of crazy, by the way, that Fish, now that he had the chance to pick Uther, didn't pick Uther. I mean, I don't really care how good Jojo is or not in this scenario and on this map, but every time that Fish had the chance to go for Uther, he went for Uther. So they don't go for the double support here today. We have Johanna for the wave clear on lanes, Ultralisk again with his Maiev, Karazim, a lot of mobility. Brax's Holdout, the ability to move across the map and move across debris, always super important. Nuburak is great at that. Junkrat is good at it. Maiev can do it. Karazim can do it. So the mobility is absolute key. So a very strong draft right out of the gate for Team. And, well, final two picks, of course. For Inting for Ruby. What do we get from them? It's, yeah, Lulnara and Blaze for the top lane. Yeah, that leaves us only with Dequaza, so the side laner has still to be chosen. Haven't seen Arexa yet, could still see him here. You can play him, don't have to. But on Braxis, he can be very, very strong, trying to secure yourself that beacon at the top side, if there's no actual rotations coming from the opponent's team. And yeah, their foreman is also terrifying as well. But, well, Braxis Holdout, final pick for the blue team, our show match, the best of 5 starting on the map here, and it is a Hogger for Dequaza. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 in the show match in the best of 5. Let's jump in. Team against Inting for Ruby. Game on, everybody! Here we go. Game number 1. Team against Inting for Ruby. When Braxis Holdout, and on the left side, we got Dequaza on Hogger. We got Ultralisk on Maiev, Masquerade on Nuburak, Dainu on Junkrat, and Nagrom is playing Karazim. On the right side, Inting for Ruby, playing with Galguna on Lunara. We got Aviator on Cassia, Nox on Rhaegar, Fish on Jojo, and Baby Houdini on Blaze. And already a bit of an invade that we are seeing here from the team. Well, or at least they're trying to trap somebody, but everybody plays this very calm and collected, as you can see. Inting for Ruby is not moving out too far just yet. They still have the Wisp on Lunara that they can use for some scouting. But there's an attempt to move up towards the top, and Baby Houdini needs to get the hell out of there very quickly, which allows the blue team to right away go for that tower and drop it. So there's a bit of a pressure play at the bot lane. Both of the teams very aggressive, and we might just see 2 of the forts fall. Fish is eating a lot of damage and definitely needs some assistance from Rhaegar, who on level 1 went straight into the grounded totem. Totem build in general is just insanely strong for Rhaegar right now, but it seems like, at least for the time being, Team is doing way better on all of this. Yeah, they are about to take down the top fort, so their pressure play here much stronger. Baby Houdini doesn't really have a chance there. Even Jojo now moved topside, but even with her, it might not be enough to save that fort. So yeah, that fort is in trouble. Down to the bottom of the map, they're still trying to apply some counter pressure, and Dino also eats a lot of damage, needs to be very careful. But in comes Ultralist, they're trying to come in for the rotation and might be able to get a kill. Nox is dodging out on the first, gets tethered and stunned. Yeah, but there's not enough damage as a follow-up, is there? They body block him into oblivion and he's dead. First kill of the game. Rhaegar is down, the doggy is dead. And that's the first blood of game number 1 as Hogger finished the job and took down the fort. So already a lead for the blue team. Guys, once again, if you want to see Team go to NA and face off against the North American teams at the event in Miami, check out their GoFundMe. It's linked in the video description. You can have a look there. And of course, they also have promised to provide some content, get a couple of blog videos and other stuff connected. You can find all the details there, so check it out for yourself. Either way, we have them with level 4 talents, so a slight advantage, as is already, and 16% towards the progress on the Zerg wave. Another good stun here, but they don't follow up on it just yet. We have all the way at the top another camp that is now pushing in too. And with double camp control, and even the play potentially for the... a bit too late. But a potential play for the camp, we are having a problem for Inting for Ruby already early on here. This is a map that has always been a bit on the snowbally side. If you take the forts down, it's very difficult to get lane control back, and that's something that Inting for Ruby is now experiencing at the top lane in particular. As you can see, Hogger has of course a field day there. He still has a fountain and a fort that he can easily use to top his hit points and mana points back up. And Blaze just doesn't really have a lot to say about this. The lead in experience is also there. Nearly an entire level for them now. Masquerade has to be a bit careful though. And dodges out. Moves quickly back. But they're now trying to move up towards Fish. Down here on the other hand. Ooh, Aviator. And he's dead. That ragdoll got kicked to the next screen. Easy kill. Karazim with the final blow here. That was all initiated by Junkrat, so Dino with a very nice minor displacement. Ultralisk also in a bit of trouble, but he survives, and Galnagulnar likely... What? Oh, he gets out? I think they can still take him. Nice dodges, but at the end of the day, even the Juke Master 2000 is not able to dodge out on Karazim as he comes in with the fists. So that's another kill right there. 3 kills to 0 and the early level 7. They go for the Zerg wave. 0% for Inting for Ruby. Big wave on the other hand for Team Wah. They get the objective, and now they're even trying to steal the camp away. And they might be able to claim it. They go for the fight. They have the talent advantage. Here comes Karazim. Another kill against Cassia seems to be inevitable. Jojo is already down. Cassia is able to escape. Baby Houdini still attempting to take over the point, but Rhaegar is dead. The support is gone, and that's just a disaster for them. Blaze also falling, and the Zerg wave is already pushing. Team, they are by far the best team in Europe. They've proven it time and time again against teams in the X Cup Summer, in the X Cup Fall, at Meta Madness. These guys are pretty incredible, but they still are losing Quasar. But Aviator pays likely with his life for that. Still, Dino needs to be very careful too. He has only 200 hit points and not a lot. But honestly, it's time and time again just Nogrom who comes in and gets those last hits connected. So the keep is gone too. We're only 5 minutes into the game. And Inting for Ruby is having a problem. And it's called So down at the bottom of the map, finally at least the fort falls, but that's a 2-level advantage already this early in the game. Very, very impressive performance again by the blue team. And now they are aiming for that bot lane fort. I mean, full control over the bot lane already as is, and catapults are of course eventually becoming a problem there. But down here, they're prepping for the next one. Objective is not going to be up for quite some time, but they are still using the leading experience to pressure a bit further. And since they're so close to level 10, once that they have their heroic abilities, they can just absolutely go ham on this one. Baby Houdini in trouble. He's not the only one. Fish is also low, but it's the double kill against Blaze and Lunara that kicks things off. There's level 10, and they follow up with another quick kill on Cassia. 7-sided strike, not even needed. Ultralisk going a bit too deep though, so he gets eliminated. The fort took him down. 10 kills to 2. And here comes the play for the fort. Boss is up as well, but team definitely, of course, trying to showcase this a little bit here. They are starting to make a play for structure after structure. Not a lot of camps to be had on the map, but keep that boss in mind. 18,000 damage, by the way, for Lulnara. She's still looking at nearly top damage in this game. Ultralisk with his Maiev is sitting at 18,000 himself. And so does, by the way, Hogger. So both of the melees here doing real well, with Dino trailing behind as third place in the blue team. 18,000 for him though too now, so his grenades are finally finding a couple of additional targets. He might even be able to take over the pole position on the blue team. But with Inting for Ruby still not having access to level 10 abilities, it's really difficult for them to get a foothold in the game again. So they can't really do anything about the boss attempt that we're seeing here from the blue team. They just have to let it pass, and now they need to deal with boss, and that at a time when the beacons are about to be activated again. So yeah, it's difficult. There's a big push coming at the top lane with the camp that was taken. Very good control from the blue team as they're going for a two-pronged approach. They had Maiev taking the top camp, so they push the lane out even further, applies pressure to the core. They got the boss at the bot lane, and the beacons are now up, and they immediately move in. So they're really attacking at all fronts here. Both of the lanes, the bot lane, especially the keep here, is under pressure, and they go for the objective too, really trying to go for the finishing blow before the 10-minute mark. But Inting for Ruby is about to lock in level 10. And maybe with heroic abilities, they finally can fight back here. Because so far it has been one-way street Heroes of the Storm. But Houdini! He dies. He didn't have the bunker yet. The talent just comes a bit too late. Here's a quick cocoon against Rhaegar. Jojo's already jumping in. But yes, they're suffering a lot. And the core is about to be attacked too. But they might get the kill. Yes, they do. The kill against Karazim. And without the support, this is going to be a bit more tricky for Team Wah. They lose Maiev as well. And they might lose Tequaza. Bambi is hopping through. Gets the kill. Yes, they lose Jojo. But that's at least another 3 kills for Inting for Ruby. That gets them a little bit close on experience. Doesn't change the fact that the blue team has now also access to level 13 talents. And, to make matters worse, they have the Zerg wave. Defense should be a bit easier now, though, for Inting for Ruby, considering that they have all 5 back up on the map in just a moment. So the bot lane defense is going to be there. The problem that they're facing off against is, of course, that the fort is already, the keep is so low already that it just seems a mere formality that this one is going to fall. They bunker up, on the other hand. They really, really want to defend this. So everything is just going to get thrown at that Zerg wave. Blue team is back to business with all 5 too. And now they're pushing in. They want that fort. They have the Guardian still reigning supreme here. But it seems like this defense might actually hold, at least for now. Good on Inting for Ruby. They hold this a bit longer than expected, but there's the 7-sided. Houdini, he has to get out. And he's able to make his escape. But they still don't have level 13 talents. And the blue team is relentlessly attacking. Here comes the Riptire. Rip hit against Cassia. She has to retreat too. Some of the Guardians still doing work. And that keep gets poked down time and time again here. Real problems now for Inting for Ruby. And it seems inevitable that this keep falls too. The keep is gone, therefore the fountain in the mid lane also eliminated. They lose Karazim again, but the situation couldn't be any clearer. 12 kills to 6. Team has full control. But that's the kill that they need. Dino is down. Dino is down. Lunara pays with her life for the kill though, and Tequaza jump deep into the backline with an attempted kill against Jojo. That so far hasn't really worked out. The bunk on the ground. Ultralisk low as well. everybody coming in with the next hit, and the talents are finally there for Inting for Ruby. They got the synergy, and my F with the hits, and the kill against Cassia. Ultralisk with 20 HP makes it out, and Blaze just dies. The shockwave on Rhaegar. Nox trying to rush out, but the stuns are hitting him hard, and the doggy is down once again. 16 kills to 7 now. What a game. These guys are just playing out one kill after another. Galnagulnar trying to push this back. 16 to 7. 2 level advantage by now, and level 16 is close. Next objective should be announced soon, TM as well, but of course, there's plenty of camps still to be had on the map that they can now go for. Masquerade, by the way, is the only one that has not died yet. And Uberak has not died a single time thus far. Everybody else has, especially on the side of the blue team, oh, sorry, of the red team, has died plenty. I mean, to be fair, Dino's also only died once. But there's a kill. The big double kill against Lunara and Jojo. Baby Houdini is trapped. He's trying to make it out. Gets the big Ancestral here, but that means that Cassia is absolutely defenseless. She gets crushed. Dino nearly down, but he survives. Is still poking from a distance, and both of the lanes are now pushing aggressively with camps on both. Ultralisk, they're playing to the limit here. They could play it safe, they could retreat, they don't, they go for Rhaegar, and of course the core gets now attacked from both sides. At least Karazim is down. They try to go for Dino, who survives through all of it. But the core gets attacked, and it's a massive slaughter, at least at that. Oh my god. I was about to say the shield, but the shield disappeared within a second, and now the core is already down to 82%. The team's still moving through the bot lane. I mean, sorry, the mid lane. Literally taking down every single structure they can find and going for the double progress now on the beacons. Damn, son. 12 minutes into the game, the Quasar gets caught though, and with all the slows that we're seeing from Bambi, he might actually be able to get away from... It's Hogger. What am I saying? Of course he's just pogging out of it, isn't he? But yeah, catapults are becoming more and more of a problem now. At the same time, here's the quick move straight into the beacon at the bot lane. That's the only one that keeps team from locking in another 100% Zerg wave. Blaze has to defend though, but at least the red team is getting closer to 16. I mean, honestly, you can say what you want, but these guys are sticking to it. They're not giving up. They've been beaten to a pulp from start to finish here, but they are not giving up even an inch. They're always fighting and believing their chance to cut back into this. And they got 9 kills in total. We have 30 kills, by the way. 30 kills between the two teams here. Masquerade gets attacked again. They want him at least once. Nox with his self-ancestral. Rhaegar still alive. And they're retreating through that bot lane, or through that top lane once again, just past the beacon. But yes, can they hold this? 82%. They need to hold control, or they're gonna face off against another Zerg wave of Team Wa. The kill against Jojo might be the beginning of the end. Lunara is dead, and Blaze is gonna follow. Oh, is he? Karazim is already gone. Here comes Hogger. They try to go for Baby Houdini. Rhaegar is murdered, and Ultralisk shows no mercy to Blaze either. The Zerg wave is already marching through their top lane, and the victory for Team Wa seems inevitable. 26 kills to 10, and they go for the core already. Yeah, nice first game here. Brax's holdout, 41,000 damage for Lunara, 58,000 for Miami. Looking real good here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of game number 1 as Team Wa takes the lead in this best of 5 show match. Nicely done, GG, and well played, Brax's holdout. It's taken by the blue team. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen, is the map as we have the show match continuing into the second map of the series. So the best of 5, let's go. Inting for Ruby against Team Wa, everybody. First map, I mean, they were aggressive as usual, and Tracer gets banned right away. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when you are playing against team, there's certain heroes that you would like to get rid of, but there's just too many. You can't ban all of them out. We saw, for example, Maiev have a huge impact on the last map, and everybody, of course, knows a lot of the heroes that Ultralisk plays. But it's not only him that's always a continuous threat, so what do you ban? Especially after a rework, which in this case hit Rhaegar. I mean, normally the way that it works is every single time that Blizzard introduces a new hero to the game or that they go for a rework, they, partly intentional, make it a little bit too strong. Reason is actually very simple, because the hero needs to be played, and if the hero is too weak, nobody's going to play it. But if a lot of people play the hero, then they get more data that they can use to just tweak the numbers a little bit. So normally, when they introduce a new hero, they make the hero a little bit stronger. Obviously, you also want to sell the new hero. Duh. With a rework, you don't really sell a whole lot there, but at least you get players to play it, and then you have more data available. So Rhaegar therefore sees a lot of bans lately, and well, when he gets picked, he normally has a pretty big impact. But on the last map, at least, he did not succeed in winning the game. Gets played again, though, and then Entomb Spider Queen makes even more sense than on other maps. So at this point, they log in Rhaegar again. But yeah, we come back to the question, what do you ban out, right? Maiev gets banned right now because of the impact that she had. Same is happening to Tracer. That means, on the other hand, that Junkrat is still up. So you are never in a position where you can ban all of the key heroes of the opponent's team out. And so many cases where you look at the map and you have people coming in and commenting and saying like, hey, how could they not ban this hero? And it's like, well, because they can't ban everything, doofus. It's not like there's only 2 heroes that the opponent has that they're really good at. There's a lot more that's there to the story. So what do you get rid of? Ultralisk in this case is actually moving into Alarak. So yeah, we have Alarak making an appearance. That's already cool, honestly. I like that already. The Quasar and Blaze, insanely strong pick on any map. But now you got also Alarak. Leo gets taken. Oh, Schallswerfer. And Sylvanas gets locked in as well. So already a lot of push power here, especially if they are able to get the objective. But yeah, curious to see what they can now do. I mean, here on Tomb, we go into the bans first, but I would expect that either we're now going to see the ban on Junkrat or the Dino locks it in again. One of the two. This is Tomb of the Spider Queen after all. Junkrat is insane for the follow-up on any kind of stun, for the wave clear that he has, the utility that he brings, and the interrupts against any turn-in attempt that the other team can try to execute. It's just so good. So he's normally banned very quickly. Now, if Inting for Ruby doesn't ban him here, I would be surprised to not see him taken. They go for the Lucio ban. They ban out Lucio. Another question, is Dino locking in Junkrat, yes or no? Be a bit of a weird day if we don't see him at all here. I mean, the map caters perfectly to him. There's Garrosh. And what do we see with Garrosh? We get some flips. Deckard Cain is already in. Alright, Dino not making a choice yet. That actually makes it a little bit less likely that they're going to go for Junkrat at the last pick. But Deckard Cain, the old geezer, so he can have some flips here straight into the CC that he brings. Still need a front line hero, a tank for Fish. And obviously something for Galnegulnar as well. Some additional damage. I mean, they could make the same play here. Nezebo! We got the Witch Doctor, everybody! Alright. ETC and Nezebo. Let's go! Okay, we have some Witch Doctor plays in the house. I like it. I like it. What side are you gonna pick? Kel'Thuzad! Yeah, well, it's a show match after all, right? You want to show people what you got. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We actually don't have Junkrat, which is kind of crazy. But we get Alarak and we get Kel'Thuzad. I mean, boys, what more can you ask for, right? So, let's go. Game number 2. Team against Inting for Ruby. Let's go! Party time! De Quasar on Blaze, the second map of the series. Ultralisk is playing Alarak. We got Dino on Kel'Thuzad, Masquerade on Garrosh, and Nagrom is playing Deckard Cain. On the right side of the map, Inting for Ruby. Galnegulnar with Nezebo. We got the Witch Doctor in the house, and he's going for his spider senses here. The Widowmakers on level 1, Aviator on Sylvanas. We got Nox on Rega, Baby Houdini on Leoric, and Fish on ETC with a Prog Rock on level 1. Okay, time to party. I mean, every single time that you see someone like Nazeebo being taken, obviously you just want to stack, right? You want to go for Violent Infection if you can. Want to really bring the pain here. And for Rega, it is again the Totem build. We're going to get a lot of synergy with that. And speaking about Rega and Sylvanas and whatever else they have in their lineup, they're already going for some damage at the bottom of the map. There's a quick slide from ETC. They got to be careful here. Cool thing about Dino's Kel'Thuzad obviously is that you can really siege up on the opponent quite efficiently if you play that properly. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stacking, a lot of delay tactics probably going to play a role too, as the red team is going to try to move all of this into the late game so that they can capitalize on the late game power of a Nazeebo and the Witch Doctor plays. It's easy for him to get his stacks up since, I mean, again, you're just moving between the lanes, and it's quite typical for the 4-man to have very clean and crisp rotations between mid and top lane on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Rega is already starting to go for the camp, and I would expect that the blue team might be aggressive enough to go for an invade. I don't really think so, though. Fish is already double-checking what's going on here and just saying, like, not on my watch, guys. Buys him a little bit of time, but falls straight into the trap. A little bit too close to Alarak, and that's the end of him. Masquerade checks out what's going on over here, and they might just decide that they're going to take the camp. And indeed they do. Oh yeah, they are going all out on the aggression. They don't only go for the kill, they really want to show what they got. Even with a couple of fan service picks, like for example Kel'Thuzad, they're now saying Masquerade with a big flip straight into the range here, and Dino's like, dude, the hell is going on? So yeah, Dino might die because of this. At least Inting for Ruby is trying to take that opportunity to get the kill. They can't. So yeah, Masquerade definitely having some fun here. But they still go for the aggressive play and they get the camp and they get the big kills here. They take one, they take two, and they nearly got the third kill as well. Yep, well done. And we're going to take another look at this one. But yeah, as you can see, everything just came together. So you use the choke point absolutely perfectly to get those kills connected. They have now 3 kills in total. Level 4 talents on both sides. Gem count a little bit higher for the blue team too. And they are looking good. Here comes the Paralyzing Rage. We already have the big Voodoo in. Stacks, of course, slowly coming together now too for Nazeebo. But, well, he's not the only one that's stacking up. We also have, for example, Dino with 7 stacks to the baseline now of his Kel'Thuzad. Same time, they opened up the bot lane. Pretty heavily, by the way. So once they get the Web Weavers, they should be able to get the fort. But who gets the first objective? We haven't seen anybody turn in yet. Not even a single gem has been delivered so far. But both teams are getting very, very close of getting enough gems to go for the first objective of the game. So a little bit of a play here in the middle of the map now as well. Fish is trying to retreat again. Some extra stacks for Dino for the baseline. But the rest of the team is already coming in to help him out here. And there's the root! And oh boy, Masquerade, careful. Good job by Aviator, by the way. Nice damage that he dished out here as they turn this around, or at least try to. Leo still pushing the bot lane. We already have the blue team with enough gems. And yeah, Baby Houdini trying to make a play here. Ultralisk is already moving back out and is collecting the rest of the gems. But yeah, blue team is now starting to slowly get rid of them and turn in to try and get the first objective. Another flip against ETC, a quick slide. But you can already tell that Fish needs to be careful here. ETC is not really known to be the most tanky frontliner. So while he has a lot of utility that he brings to the table, he also can be blown up pretty quickly. And that's what they're afraid of right now. We got 14 stacks on the baseline for Dino's Kel'Thuzad. 3 for the negatively charged for Alarak. Needs to do a little bit more work there, of course. And talking about Alarak, as he's also, of course, trying... Yeah, here's a few more hits coming in. Ultralisk gets out. Big jet propulsion against the back. Another flip. And Leo is already ghosting out. Baby Houdini should be able to get away. But Dino has other plans for him. And that's the end of Leo. Leo is down. And now Fish and Nox are also in trouble. And oh, beautiful plays. And both of them die. Nicely done by Kel'Thuzad too. That was a really cool one. And yeah, we're going to take another look at the combo. So, yeah, just to give you a bit of an idea, keep an eye on the doggy and the cow. Both of them get caught, and then it's an easy double kill for Team WAP, as they now have 7 kills to 0. And again, an entire level lead here over the opponent's team. And all of this happened without a single Web Weaver wave, by the way. So far we haven't seen a single objective, but Ultralist delivers finally, and the blue team can now try to follow up on all of the damage that they already did. Because you look at those lanes, and most of them don't hold towers anymore. And in the mid lane in particular, the fort is pretty much already destroyed before the Web Weavers are even touching ground. So, yep, pretty crazy here. Damage output, careful. Damage output with the 10,000 Sylvanas, 11,000 for Khaldor. Masquerade survived, but he's still a bit low. And we go for the deadly charge, so they're going for the aggressive ones now. And already, Dino making the play for the Zebo. And dead. So yeah, he's down. Old man with the play. No, Grom. The Web Weaver. It's the Web Weaver that takes down Sylvanas. The gems are lost. The level 10 abilities that they have are, of course, another huge advantage that they're running here. And another play in the mid lane. Fish gets flipped. He's about to go down too. They are absolutely ruthless. This is exactly the reason why Team wants to go to NA. Currently the best team in Europe for sure, and they want to make sure that they can show off their skills against the North American teams. So once again, a quick reminder, guys, if you want to support that effort, check out the description of the video and you can find the GoFundMe there. Since there are no big teams currently in the EU scene, they need to pay for their flights themselves, and that's pretty much what the GoFundMe is all about. Trying to make sure that they can attend the event in Miami at the beginning of February. First fort at the top lane is already out. The one in the mid lane also gone. The wall opened up. They want to go for more kills here too. And now we have 11 kills to 0. Level 12 to soon level 10. But by the way, while we're talking about some stacks too, Dino, while they're turning in again, and they get the second Web Weaver wave for sure, we have him on 27 stacks on the baseline now. So he's getting closer and closer to the damage boost that he's going to receive here. Stacks are coming together not only for him but also for Nazebo. The problem is that he's still way too far away from level 20 or anything like it. So at the pace this is going, Inting for Ruby is having a problem to get to 20 in the first place. Fish with a quick slide in. Ancestral is there. Can they maybe set up a mosh pit? Good ult by Nogrom, completely cordoning off the two in the back here. ETC doesn't stand a chance. Quest for Khaldor is done. And that's a follow-up kill on Rega. Didn't even have time to go for his self-ancestral. Gulnar gets attacked too, and he doesn't stand a prayer here. He is down. The gems are dropped. The Web Weaver are on their way, and they're even waiting this one out. Goodbye, Sweet Prince. He's dead. No, and guys, that keep. They're going to take it here. Level 13 is ready for them. Obviously, Khaldor is going to try and catch up in damage, but currently it's Alarak who's leading the charge here with the 21,000 he brings to the table. The forts are all gone, and it is just an absolute slaughter. Mosh Pit is there, is not even interrupted. Khaldor is dancing, he's dancing a lot. Blaze at least goes down. That's the first kill, by the way, against Team WA. And they follow up with the second one as they drop deck Arcane, but Rega is also dead. Another big ult from Gulnar, and it's a triple kill. They get the triple, and it's a quad kill with 30 gems lost. It cost them a lot. The first keep is gone. The second keep at the bot lane is suffering a lot of damage, and so does the one up at the top. But at least they finally get a couple of kills onto the scoreboard, 4 in total, and they saved the game for a few more minutes. But of course, it's going to be more than a bit difficult to claw their way back into all of this. Now, the good news is that they have level 13 talents now. And with that, we are also looking at an opportunity to finally get that turn and get that Web Weaver wave. And they are taking it immediately. Baby Houdini being the one that turns in. Let's not forget about the stacks on our boy Nazebo. If they get him to 20, if they get him stacked properly, they might just be able to turn this in the late game. This is what it all was about right at the beginning of the game. Get Nazebo into the late game. Let him reign supreme on the wave clear. Now, Alarak survived, and he's at 150 sadism right now. 15 stacks on negatively charged. Dino is caught again, and Dino is down. As a reason, we don't see a lot of Khaldor, and you just saw it in action. Good flip on the other hand against ETC, and he pays the price. Web Weavers are starting to move in. Baby Houdini, 24 gems, and they're all so gone. The bunker on the ground as they Quasar is cordoning all of this off. We have Ultralisk with a quick deadly charge attempt as he's closing the gap and trying to go for another kill, which didn't work out. But it makes the defense, of course, so much easier now as they're going in again. Top side doesn't stand a chance. That Web Weaver is already gone. No fort will fall. They did a bit of damage, but that's all that they really can do. Galnagona at the bot lane. He's 119 stacks. There's still some assists here. They're trying to push them back, but at the end of the day, they will have to retreat. They can't play this out completely, especially with level 16 now ready for the team. Aveda gets out just before Nogrom is able to lock him in. And we have another jet propulsion. Good ancestral healing from Nox, and ETC is now coming in. They should be able to get the kill on Quasar. They're trying. The slide is missing, but it doesn't matter. He still can't get out of this one. 17 kills to 6. The 16 talent advantage. Can Team WA do more? They might lose Ultralisk, and they do. No! All those sadism stacks are gone. Big double hit again, though, against the red team. Leo is moving out this time. They want to go for Dino. He's trying to turn it with the damage here. But Dino is in trouble. He's on the wrong side of the battle. He's still dishing out insane damage, though. It's at 35,000. He's top damage in the game, and Dino is alive. Sylvanas and Leo are both dead. They want Dino, but I'm not sure if they can get him. They finally drop him here, but Nox with 17 hit points gets out. What a fight. Rhaegar is on the run. He's not coming back into that battle. He's just like, boys, I'm done for now. Good ult, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save them here. No, it is the Witch Doctor that goes down. An easy kill against Nazeebo, who has 34,000 damage by now. 20 kills, 2-8, 17 to 16. The shields are getting attacked. Boy, this is all over the place. 129 stacks for Nazeebo. He is still 50 short from getting to his level 20 stacks. 4 talents, of course, that are still needed here. But here we go. We got the Spider Colony in 16. The fights continue. It's a party. Bunker up, baby. There's the ult from the old man. Stay a while and get wrecked. And they're trying to murder them right here as they're standing. Ultralisk is moving in. And of course, we have Dino on the way as well with his Kel'Thuzad. He's slowly coming back in. Wants to make sure that he's part of the fight here. Baby Houdini low and wants to get out. Dino moving in from the side, dropping the ult on ETC and trying to zone him out here. Couple of slows coming through, or at least the attempt of it. Gets the spike connected. The jet propulsion is done. And the kill as Alarak with a deadly charge is following the CC. They go for another kill. They want Nazeebo. They get Nazeebo. Nox is also dead. Rhaegar is down. 23 kills to 8. They try to go for the 2-0 here. And at the top, the keep is under pressure as the minion waves are about to drop another major structure on the side of the red team. Inting Ruby, they are bleeding and they are likely going to fall here again. 32 kills in total, 13 minutes in. Team with another big victory. Fight after fight and battle after battle. They're going for the big kills here. Drafting Kel'Thuzad as well, who holds 45,000 damage. They win the game, take the 2-0 lead against Inting for Ruby in the show match. GG. Game number 3. Infernal Shrines is our third map, and so far Team has really delivered. And again, they want to go to the offline event, obviously, for a reason. They're currently the best team in Europe, and even with them drafting a little bit outside of the box with Kel'Thuzad here, which we've now, by the way, seen the second time, I believe, from Dino on the map, they were able to just shut down Inting for Ruby. Was going to attempt to fight back here and bring us to a fourth map, but let's see what we have on the bans, because this is a good map for Ultralisk in particular. You can really make your plays here with Maiev. If Maiev gets banned out, maybe Kerrigan is an option for him. That being said, we've also seen Inting for Ruby play with Kerrigan in the past. By the way, Ultralisk obviously also runs Medivh, and they're getting rid of that very quickly. So, yeah. What else is going to be banned out? And are we going to see Rhaegar again? That's obviously the next question. Is someone going to go for Rhaegar pick or ban here, considering that now the situation has flipped a little bit. We have first pick, first ban for the blue team. So that changes the dynamic a bit. And I think we can already see that effect a bit in how long they take for their bans here. Junkrat. Okay, Junkrat gets eliminated, but now the moment of truth. Do you ban Maiev? Do you ban Rhaegar? Do you ban... I mean, maybe... we could even ban Kerrigan. I don't really think that's going to be even considered, but still. In a perfect world, you would be banning tons of stuff now. But, yeah. Only got 2. And you kind of got to decide, okay, what do you want to play here? Could be another map where we see Vala, by the way. Haven't seen her yet in the series. There's a Mephisto ban. Yeah, fair. Also, good ban on the map. But you never really know what Team Maya is actually going to do. So they go for Jojo, and it's Quasar who locks it in. We might see them roll swapping a little bit, since this is the 3rd map and they already have a 2-0 lead. So in a show match, could totally see that. So Quasar and Johanna, for now. And is Inting for Ruby locking in Rhaegar for the 3rd time. There's Vala, and they got Rhaegar. So we're going to see the Vala play, very likely with the auto attack build. You could obviously on Infernal Shrines also go multi-shot, but since we have in the past seen a lot of double support styles from them with Vala, I would assume that they're going to follow the same playbook here. We could even have Fish on Uther, unless of course the hero gets banned out on the 3rd ban from the blue team. Yeah, Fish on Uther, Nox on Rhaegar, have him double there, play Vala. That could definitely be a thing. Masquerade on Diablo, that already is terrifying. So they go for Jojo and Diablo. We've seen that a few times already. And that is a bit terrifying too, because Johanna, I've said this for ages by the way. Johanna at the end of the day has pretty much what you need from a side laner. She has self-sustain, she has a bit of an escape tool, survivability, and she has wave clear. So yeah, she has quite a bit there. Now there's other heroes that oftentimes do her job better, but then again, if you're moving then back into the team fight and you have two tanks like this, it is an absolutely insane setup. So they go for that now. And personally, I kind of like that. We got Nogrom together with it on Brightwing. Tigers gets banned. But what are they eliminating now? Are they afraid of this Rhaegar Uther duo as a possible double support to keep Vala in play? They know Fish plays a lot of Uther. And they go for the Anubarak ban instead. Yeah, shuts down the Cocoon. But I'm very, very curious. I want to see if Fish is actually picking a normal tank, or if it's the Uther variation. He loves his Uther. He's always playing that. But here on Infernal Shrines, yeah, there it is. Alright, they go for Uther. They got Leo. He's going to provide a lot of the wave clear. So now they got the double support already set up, and Galnagulnar can flex out a bit. But yeah, at this point, you got the double support, you got Vala, you got Leo in, you could go for another melee, you could go for another range, whatever suits them best here. But obviously, the Fish has what he wants. They got the Divine Shield then. They might even go for Bloodlust. We've seen Bloodlust a few times now. But they actually might pull that off with Vala. And there is Dinu's Probius. Yeah, Probius obviously also changed in the last patch. And Ixia has already showcased him a bit in Division 1 Plus. I believe it was the semi-final. Hogga as the last pick. We got Maiev in. It's a wild one. Alright, we got a wild draft. Infernal Shrines, the 3rd map in the show match. Let's go, everybody, and let's check out what Team Whack can do here. And if Inting for Ruby with that Vala double support draft can maybe bring it back, put a point on the board or not, we'll find out now on Infernal Shrines. Yep, prepare yourselves and good luck with that. Team Whack with a 2-0 against Inting for Ruby. On the left side, we have Quasar on Johanna, Nogrom on Brightwing, Masquerade on Diablo, the double tank lineup with Jojo, Dino on Probius, and Ultralisk is playing Maiev. Whereas for Inting for Ruby, we see Fish on Uther, Nox on Rhaegar, we got Galnagulnar on Hogga, Aviator on Vala, and Baby Houdini is playing Leoric. Okay, so we already got the, yep, there it is, the Creed of the Hunter. Talent was garbage for such a long time, but now that Blizzard reworked it, it's finally useful and it can be terrifying with a good Vala player and a solid double support behind him. So we'll see if they can pull this off. Probius, then again, we have on level 1 the Echo Pulse taken right away, so we're going to keep an eye on the probe here. But Probius is taken down to the bot lane. We have a 3-man in the middle for the blue team. Jojo is side laning up at the top. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. They Quasar on Jojo now. I mean, you have to play around the Condemn, obviously, quite a bit. We got the Zealous Glare on level 1 right now. And in team fights, especially on the objective, it's a very tanky lineup. Have fun breaking through that. Additionally, you have the blind against Vala that helps you a bit. But, ooh, yeah, the aggressive push into the wall. Fish gets blocked. But they're still fine. They try to turn it on Masquerade. Brightwing with a save, and the Fish goes down. Fish is dead. Uther eliminated. They nearly got Masquerade, to be fair. It was Brightwing that came in at the last moment and saved him. 23 stacks for Vala, so at least these early skirmishes allow Vala to get some additional auto attacks through. So there's that. We have at the bot lane, the camp. Very aggressive play again. Maiev already took their own, so now they're going for the double Khaldor play. Aviator is at least attempting to work some auto attacks in. Mixed results, can't stay too close to the action. No, with Masquerade on Diablo being this close to getting him into another wall bash. So has to be very careful here. And now that they took 2 of the camps, they're actually going for the 3rd one too. They want all of them. They're going for camp number 3. We now got the turbo charged on level 4 for Probius. And of course the Eternal Retaliation over here for Jojo as she's trying to get some cooldown reduction so that she can go for more wave clear with a play all the way up at the top to hold that side lane. I mean, Leo is outpacing her a little bit, there's no doubt about that, but at the end of the day, of course, it's really the shrines that they also want to prepare for. They have a lead in experience already, thanks to them taking every single camp thus far. 3 have been taken, and all of them have been locked in by team. Wow, it's a very, very big lead. Ultralisk with Maiev again, wreaking havoc and looking for these tethers. There's a lot of CC that they can bring to the table with all of this. And it will be interesting to see later on what exactly gets picked by Johanna at level 10. Because while you can really play around the Falling Sword here and be a bit more aggressive, they could also technically try to provide another stun. But Vala already down, that's a huge problem. Nice kill here by Maiev, and that's a Vala drop early on in the game, which now of course costs him some Gambit stacks. Now Aviator has been able to get 42 stacks together with the auto attacks, which is nice. But the double support is there for a reason. They need to keep Vala alive, or the Gambit stacks of the talent are just evaporating. That is 5% attack speed that you already lose right here, and that stings. Honestly, that stings. This early in the game is a problem. Now after level 10, we at least expect... I mean, I would suppose that Rhaegar could go into Bloodlust as explained earlier, but I would assume that at least Uther goes for the Divine Shield. That's one panic button that they have there. If they want to go for the Ancestral Healing, they have 2, so they should be able to keep Vala alive after that for a long, long time, even if she gets focused. But let's see how they are playing this out. Obviously, slightly adjusted build for Jojo now that she's in a side laner position. We have on level 7 also Conviction for the increased movement speed. Can play this out a bit more aggressive, and Quasar is trying to do exactly that. But the Arcane Punisher is taken. So the Arcane Punisher gets claimed. We have now pushing through the bot lane, and yes, they open this up very quickly. And the Fish is feeling the wrath of Ultralisk, as it seems. And I guess he might even die here. Rhaegar's trying to keep him alive. They got a lot of sustain, of course, between the 2 supports. But oh boy, he's trying to get out. The Fish is on the run, and he gets away. Now, bad news for the fort. The fort cannot run. So it just has to sit there and take and eat all the damage. And that results with the first fort drop before the 5-minute mark. Nicely done and well played. Very aggressive performance here by team. Once again, of course, a lot of the wave clear comes into play here too. And that's where Probius is quite useful. The tower defense on level 7. 50 stacks now for Vala, so good for her. By the way, when we talk about wave clear, Probius is not doing too bad. But we also have this eternal rotation of Leo, and he's at 48,000. But obviously, it's a little bit of a difference between the two and the role that they play in all of this. Leo has only 2,500 hero damage since he wasn't really part of a lot of fights. Probius, on the other hand, is currently at 11k, which is the 2nd highest damage on the blue team and 3rd highest in the game. So, not too shabby if you ask me. Also, level 10 is so close now for Team that they can, without any problems, push through the middle and try to see what they can actually do here in regards to damage. So once again, oh, play for Nox, careful, Rhaegar, and they barely get out. Yeah, they're pushing straight up. Uh-oh, for the fish. And nearly get another hit in. Ultralisk is really playing this just on Razor's edge. But there's level 10. And they got the Falling Sword, the Blinky, Lightning Breath, Pylon Overcharge, and off we go. Yeah, Infernal Shrines, always a pretty solid map, but there's a big momentum train that is now hitting Inting for Ruby hard. Yeah, well, people are talking a lot about the maps lately. I mean, obviously there's quite a few maps that are very suited for competitive play. There's a couple of fan favorites that people want to see back, but Blizzard has to adjust them a bit and, yeah, balance them before they are suited for competitive play. One example would be Haunted Mines, another one is Blackheart's Bay. By the way, do you know who Blackheart's favorite support is? Ah, no surprise there. It's Rhaegar! So yeah, 3 kills to 0, and now that the doggy is finally back in the meta, I can finally pull that one out again. But yeah, with 2 forts destroyed and the second objective not even up, we now got Dino at the top lane, wreaking even more havoc here and just starting to push this one out. They're trying to go for Fort 3 before the next objective is even there. 73 stacks for Vala. I mean, again, you need to have a few more stacks to get there. So she only died once. Losing the 5% is not really the worst thing to happen. But yeah, it's a bit annoying. Aviator needs the 2 supports to be a bit more aggressive though, to try and in these skirmishes at least get the hits together. And they're trying. The problem is that there's so much to see. There's the Divine Shield though, that keeps them alive just a little bit longer. And with that Entomb, maybe a few more hits available. Leo is dead, but as long as they can stack Vala here, they might have chances in the later stages. The problem is just Ultralisk on his Maiev. Ultralisk is just forcing Aviator back time and time again, even though Vala is weaving in those auto attacks, sitting at 81, but they lost, or they are about to lose another fort. And guys, I got bad news, that Shrine is activating soon as well. And Probius is just pushing at the bot lane the entire time. So Dino is now even going for the camps here. In the meantime, Maiev finally falls. That's the first kill for Inting for Ruby. Apparently Ultralisk was this time a bit too close to the action. 79,000 siege damage, by the way, for Probius, so overtaking Baby Houdini pretty easily at this point, while also contributing 24,000 hero damage. Not bad. And while everybody is starting to focus on the objective, Probius has pushed out the bot lane a bit further, is now making, well, using that pretty much as an observer ward right there, and is starting to push for keep, which is eventually going to force someone back. And you can tell that the red team is trying to at least get the objective, but they won't be able to do it. I mean, honestly, if you get the objective, what are you going to do with it? You need to send someone back to deal with Probius, because if not, there's a camp, there's a catapult, and Probius is just going to go for the keep. Leo is the one to try and deal with all of that, but that also means that they're now 1 hero short in the middle as Probius is starting to move over. 33 stacks to 16, but they're definitely going to try and catch up here. 87 stacks for Vala, who has a real tough time to work these auto attacks in. Divine Shield on Noxus Rhaegar, all of them out of mana, by the way, more or less. And now Fish gets attacked too. He just used the Divine Shield, doesn't have it anymore. Wall stun, and the kill as Diablo is just dropping him where he stands. Leo's coming back in, and the red team gets the Punisher. Good for them. Punisher is in, they go for Ultralisk, they have a chance to get a kill, maybe, but they get forced back once more. 103 stacks for Vala, who honestly needs to be a bit closer to the action. I know it's rough when you're going up against Diablo, who can wall stun you the entire time. You have Jojo to pay attention to, and even more importantly, Maiev is trying to do work and will tether you 6 days to Sunday. But if you have a double support behind you and you only rely as Vala with an auto attack build as your main damage dealer, you need to get these stacks. It forces you to play aggressive and to be just out there and do work. And that's something that's missing a little bit. Aviator did a great job in the early game, but now he's definitely having a bit more trouble. By the way, talking about trouble, Probius troubles just ended, because the little probe just got smacked down. Honestly, it is oddly satisfying to see Probius die. As a former Zerg player in StarCraft 2, I gotta say, every single time you see a probe explode, it is oddly satisfying. Death to the A-movers. Kill them all. Kill them now. Divine Shield on Vala, talking about killing things, so they're keeping her alive. But Leo's now moving in and Vala needs these auto attacks. Rain of Vengeance, there it is. But where's the auto attack? Good ult. They need to win this fight though. It's a 5 versus 4, baby. If you don't win this one, which are you gonna win? Ultralisk with a mad damage and the kill. He takes Rhaegar down. This is no fucking way. Uther, Rhaegar and Vala all dead. The camp taken by the blue team. They win the 5 versus 4 and lock in level 16 thanks to it. Vala dead, losing another Gambit stack. Leo is down and Ultralisk is just a fucking monster. Ultralisk is just ridiculous. 47,000 damage. Gulnar, he's not gonna... Oh, well, Masquerade actually falls back. Okay. He survives after all. But, yeah. Ridiculous. Ultralisk is just ridiculous. That guy, once again with the big damage here, comes in with the bladed armor, the vengeful knives, and just destroys them. Power overflowing in the gravity bell for Probius, and now they're just barreling down that bot lane, trying to go for the first keep of the game. They obliterated every single fort. Vala died twice. She lost 10% of the attack speed bonus through the Gambit. 129 stacks. And there's just damage, 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 and more damage coming out of this team. 9 kills, 2-3. And they are pressuring that mid lane once again. Probius looking strong there too with an insane amount of wave clear and adding a lot more hero damage to the equation that you might expect. 38,000 right now. They go for another kill. They get Leo. Trade successfully activated. The only one that hasn't died yet on the red team side is Hogger. Gulnar hasn't died once yet. Everybody else has suffered at least one death. 10 kills, 2-9. Probius with 125,000 siege. Hogger finally dying too. That's Uther gone. Aviator is on the run, so is Nox. The keep is down, and they are going for the 3-0 here. Vala doesn't make it. She dies as well. And this is all she wrote right here. Team Whack with a 3-0 victory in the show match against Inting for Ruby. Once again, if you want to see them at the offline event in Miami at the beginning of February, check out the link in the video description and the GoFundMe with all the details. Nicely done, GG, well played, and another convincing victory of Team Whack.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.